All right, it says we're live, and look who's here, Pam and the Ed. He made it. He's still sickly, but he wanted to come on, so special effort from Ed. Thank you, Ed. He's in the chat
Yep.
already, Belther people. So great. I don't think there's been a couple of people in here yet, but let's see. We were kind of waiting on Susie, but we figured out she's probably stayed behind to talk to Carrie. Jenny Lynn and the Black Assassin. Huawei got the links already up there. Sarah, Bunny Viper, and Dennis Christensen. And Chattanooga Ed's in there too, like I said. So welcome everybody, and we'll keep an eye out for Susie in case she does come in. How's everybody doing after Thanksgiving? Anybody do anything for Thanksgiving?
I did nothing except sleep a whole lot.
You were sick through the whole thing?
I still have 12 bags from the OCA that I need to open and put into fish tanks.
What kind of bags? Fish or
Plants.
plants? Oh, okay. Ohio
Yeah,
Cichlids Association.
Yeah, and it was a really fun auction because it was so big, but most of the people are cichlids people, so they don't like plants. So I just paid $3 on every bag of plants and got half of them.
Wow. Nice.
Can't laugh. Every time I laugh, I cough.
I'm going to be sending Monica Lynn and Susie some plants probably Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but I'm going. I have some already. Pam, some of yours are going, the dwarf sage. Got so much of that. And then there's some La Ropa that's over at the Aquatic Den, and that stuff is growing crazy. It's grown all out of the tank, so you can grow it immersed or submerged. Probably not. I'm stuffy and da 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 da. Oh, got going tonight. Blackie doesn't usually go on Sunday either, does he? He does the
no. He just does Tuesday nights usually.
Well, if you don't go, Pam, I might go for a little bit. The other night when you didn't, I went for about an hour, and that was longer than I wanted. But if you do, even better. But if you're not, I might go about an hour or less.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to wait and try for Tuesday night because I'm like really not feeling too good.
I get it. I got you.
It's a bummer.
It is a bummer. It really is a bummer. But this shall pass. This too shall pass. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah. I think tonight's the last night that it's supposed to be down in the single digits. When it gets down that cold, my house, there's just no keeping it warm. So
you have to pile the covers on.
Like go to bed early and pile myself up with blankets and make a blanket fort over the top of my head.
Well, I said, do you have a space heater?
Yep, I have several.
Don't put your blankets over those.
No, definitely not.
Ed's speaking from experience.
There's Melvin. Hello, Melvin.
Hey, Melvin. Always a pleasure to see you. Or just to get this.
Tennessee. Yeah, it was 3 degrees here last night, as in 3 degrees.
Well,
actually, I do have an electric
here, Pam.
That's set up on my bed.
We're supposed to get into the high 20s 3 times this week.
Oh,
and that is a lot colder than the low 30s.
Yeah, it is. That was what we had today. Was like, I think it got up to 27 today, so it's slowly warming up. And I think it's only supposed to get down to like 5 tonight, 5 or 6 instead of 3 degrees like it was last night and the night before.
You know, if it got to 5 degrees here, it'd probably kill the fire ants. That would be awesome.
It would be awesome. In one year, it didn't get cold enough to kill the. pine beetles, and that's when all the pine trees got killed. It was like 20 years ago.
That first year I came here, it only got below freezing 3 times, and the fleas were so bad the following year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we count the freezing days. We're always hoping for over 10.
Hey, Big Steve. It is Ed. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's the one thing here. We don't have fleas here at all. I mean, there just isn't any.
Hey, Sarah.
There is ticks, because ticks will survive a lot, but there's no fleas.
We always get the ticks, and I'm sure you've noticed by now, Ed, those ticks, the little brown ticks hatch out in the spring, and if you get near a bush or along the edge of the woods, like I'm surrounded by woods, they will get all over you on your pants and on the dogs and stuff.
That's the way it is here. If you take a dog for a walk in the spring, you gotta like stay away from the brush and stuff alongside the trails, because that's your dog goes through that brush and they're gonna get covered with ticks.
Most of them are dead, within a couple of 3 weeks, I guess. But for that period, when they start hatching, they're awful. They're just thick everywhere. Looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday.
I have a herd of turkey that live in my backyard.
And my goodness, there's Mark.
Like between 4 houses, but they're always like a herd of over 20. And I think they really take care of our tick population and our grasshoppers and crickets. We don't have very many of the bigger insects like that. We have the wasps and the ants still, but that's about it. It's crazy.
I used to have a flock of like a dozen of them, and I think they were babies from like one parent, that seemed like a clutch, all the same size. But they would come and they could fly like a sparrow. I mean, they just jump and they're gone. I mean, you'd think a big bird like that, but very agile. But they would come sometimes when I would mow, like especially up the hill, that lot up there, all that grass, and like look in the grass, like follow me around like you see things doing in the fields. And in fact, I just posted like 8 years ago today a thing of them out in the yard. And I said something about these guys are back again or something. But I haven't seen them in a long time. Somebody probably shot them or something. So what's going on fish-wise? Anything fish-wise or reptile-wise or cat-wise or dog-wise?
I'm housing about 12 to 15 Hillstrand loaches for someone. That a guy in Paducah's wife and husband left their Hillstring loaches under my chair at the auction, and they took off, and we called them, but they were already halfway to Paducah by the time they called us back. And so now I've got to try to get to Paducah sometime and drop off all these Hillstrand loaches.
Oh,
they're pretty cool, though. I would forget. Oops.
Yeah.
Gosh, they're in my tank. I can't find them all now.
I've just been letting them suck the glass, but should I be dropping green beans to those guys, or I've never had them?
I think you probably should be feeding them something, because any fish like the Farloella catfish that I used to raise and breed, they clean off the glass so fast, and then they're going to starve. And that's like, I read that's like 9 out of 10 people that lose them. That's why, because they don't feed them. They think that they're going to survive just on the moss and stuff, but they clean that stuff up within a matter of a day or two, So you've got to feed them.
Green beans in as soon as this show's over.
Yeah, I used to get the French cut green beans, and if you happen to see no salt, that's the best. But you can use the salted too. In the can, just like it doesn't. There's not enough salt to really hurt them.
I have the big fat ones that I feed my Gudaids and my one bushy nose pleco, but it's the big fat green beans, and I freeze them and then I just cut them in half.
Yeah.
But I don't go with the salt, and I went with the frozen bag, so I don't have to deal with liquid.
Oh yeah.
But I wish I could get the the French cut because that would be.
Yeah, I used to get the French cut green beans at Walmart, and I'd buy them by the case because I went through them so fast.
I would always, for plecos, I would always like open them up too. Doesn't, you're not feeding that many, and just go down and split them open so they can get the insides quick. But that's just me.
I got some rare plecos.
You do?
I bought 5 rare dwarf plecos. They only get 2.5 inches long. They're called L171s. And they're meat eaters.
Oh.
So I feed them shrimp pellets.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. But
Are
they
you
have little blue spots with a white stripe.
Are you going to try to breed them?
Video. I'm hoping to breed them, but they're related. They're part of the ancestral, so they're related to bristlenose. So they shouldn't be too hard to breed.
Thanks, Brandon.
Let's see.
Let me blow you up. Hang on. Oh, it didn't blow up. Oh, they're pretty. I like the border on the tail. Nice. Yeah, that's why I called him Brandon. Did somebody else call him Robert? Or are you just getting ahead of it? I haven't seen Robert on in forever. I asked Skipper about him, and he said that his nephew or cousin or something started working with him or moved to town or something, and they've been hanging out. So he don't have time for his fish fam now, I guess. He's having a good time. What kind of pleco was that? Yes, he said L171. Wonder if they have a common name. Do you know, Ed?
But you never know what'll happen in the future. Hiya, Susie.
Susie, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Sorry for I'm late. I got an excuse from my mom. Hold on. Let me get it.
Did you? No, I said we waited a couple minutes, and I said, "Oh, you know what? Carrie was on there, and I bet you they're talking backstage."
And Ed,
Yeah.
were your ears ringing? We were talking about you, Ed. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, all negative?
All positive, please.
Oh, well, that's positive.
How is everybody
good.
tonight?
Good, good. How are you?
Well,
I'm doing well.
actually, I'm sick.
Are you?
But yeah, I have a sinus infection.
I just
It
got over
knocked me
one.
out of all of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, mine I had for 2 weeks. I've never had a sinus infection like that, and it was so bad. I had roller skate. I couldn't do anything, and every time I bent over, I got a bloody nose, and it was just. But I feel great today.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was just showing off my new pleco. Did you see it?
No, let me see. Let me see.
I bought a little colony of these guys, or 5 of them.
Oh, what kind is that? What L number?
It's a L171. They're a dwarf pleco. They only get about 2 to 2.5 inches, and they're a meat eater. So they like, you have to feed them shrimp pellets.
What? That's so interesting. What a great find. Let me tell you, I'm going to a not so local fish store with my Bucks County Aquarium Society Saturday, and I hope to be getting some very interesting fish. I got the tanks ready. My mind is open for
Patty?
unique nanofish.
That's awesome.
Hey, Patty. That was a
Little
previous stream. Huh?
Oh, there's Patty.
Hey, Patty. Good be Patty. Dennis, hello, hello. That's quite all right. I had Miss Carrie on with me. It was fun.
Not finding
Yeah,
L171?
it's very rare. It took us a really long time yesterday to find it on Skipper's channel.
Linda.
And there were two different adult photos. And the
Hey, Linda.
adult photo that this guy had of their parents had them looking like starlight plecos. But then the ones that we found on the internet, one was brown and yellow and one was black and looked like a snowball pleco. So maybe there's like half a dozen fish named L171 and nobody knows for sure which is the real deal.
Lady Diane, hello.
Hey, Lady D.
Diane.
Now, I would have guessed that it was the L177 by the coloration, but that one's not a dwarf. Because the 177
these guys-
has the yellow line on the fin, but it gets to be like bigger than 2 inches.
Hmm.
That's what I thought when you first put it up there. Because, like, I don't know that many L numbers, except for the ones that I've had, and that was one of them.
Hey, G.
Hey, G. Welcome.
Ooh.
Welcome, welcome.
See, they get it mixed up with the L471 a lot.
Thank you, Brandon. You too.
Hi, Moose.
Hey, Aquatic Moose. Welcome.
Hey, Moose.
I'm going to look up dwarf meat-eating pleco instead.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Go at it from the other angle.
I'm going to do something impromptu here, but panel.
Uh-oh.
And G had mentioned to me in a stream, maybe the reptiles, I'm not sure, but anyway, that he's done some consolidating and moving of his tanks and stuff, and that when it's a good time, he'd be glad to show us. I don't know if this is a good
You
time.
want me to throw the link in chat?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, my God. That'd be really cool.
Hey, Mick. We're not talking adult photos. Well, Ed, I don't know if this is the proper forum. Uh-oh. Got called out, Ed.
Or what?
He says he rearranged some fish and he needs 5 more minutes to link in. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
I threw the link out there for you.
Adult photos. I meant plecos. Well, I may have said photos of the plecos adult version.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
Right now, I'm having a hard time concentrating with my head just.
Got to fix yourself a drink is what he means about linking in, he said.
You got my sweet tea.
I can't remember. Susie, have you seen G's stuff before? Or
I
was
have
that-
not.
Okay, it was on Pam's stream. He said he'd been
Yeah.
Excuse me.
me and some of us for a while, and he manages or owns or something a historic hotel in.
Yeah, it used to be like a stock market.
Yeah, but just marble and gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful
Just the
building.
architecture
Absolutely
when he-
gorgeous.
But anyway, the floors, different floors in the lobby have fish tanks everywhere, and some of the residents, like it's a long term. You can go there and stay a weekend, or you can go there and stay a year. You know.
Oh, wow.
But the marble, you couldn't build it now. I mean, there's no way you could afford to build something like. But just to watch the different tanks and the backgrounds behind them is incredible to look. So
And then there's like, how many floors was there? Like nine?
Yeah,
9 stories high? Yeah, and a lot of the different stories have fish tanks because like a resident will take care of them.
Wow, that's pretty
Their
cool.
floor. Yeah.
yep. He's making himself a drink, he said. Nickham said he's just kidding, Ed.
Hi, Paul.
19 stories.
19 stories. Okay. Well, I had one number of it right.
Yep. Yep.
I'm trying to find this website that had the photo of the two different looking ones.
I have a website saved for plecos that I always go to, but I'm afraid I'll mess up if I try to go there. Susie, did you
Yeah.
get the picture I sent you? Just a
I
few
did. Is that a Stars and Stripes puffer?
No, it's a geophagus,
Oh, okay.
wine Miller geophagus, and different people like Alec and people that know them tells me it's a show quality. It's one I got from Ginger Graves a couple years ago when she was downgrading, but it's probably about doubled size. It's gorgeous,
How
gorgeous.
come I
Everything
looked
guy,
at it?
hello.
Did you get them from Dan?
Oh, I see it now. I don't know why I thought it was a. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Did
Yeah.
you put the name of it in here?
I didn't.
Why didn't you tell me the name of it? What kind of geophagus?
Wine, and then Miller, and then an eye on the end. Wine Miller.
I got 4 of those from Dan, and they were beautiful, but they're dumb.
What do you
And
mean?
they got killed by my threadfin acara that had made a nest with the other girl. And they kept swimming over there and getting bit and beat up, and he just slowly killed them all. All the other
Yeah.
fish stayed on the other side of the tank,
Oh, wow.
WINE, like
but they were
wine.
beautiful.
Wine and Miller?
Wine Miller and an eye on the end.
Miller Eye?
Yeah. You know, Miller's the person that discovered them, so they get the eye on the end. And it was a man because it's an eye. If it's an E, it's a woman.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Is
that.
that Latin? Basic Latin? I didn't know.
Yep. It's their name Latinized.
That little green spotted Severin, Bob, I think it's completely healed, but it's afraid to come out of the corner now. It always
Oh.
hides behind the tree.
Huh. Steve says that's his favorite pleco. Geo.
Geophagus? I'd never heard of it before. This is exciting.
Yeah, they're more and more common. They're not super rare or super expensive. I had a smaller one, but I think this one might have killed my small one. I've still got 2 Juraparis in there with it that it doesn't bother. Geophagus.
Striking, I say.
I'm just double checking. He's not back there yet.
I'm gonna send an email to Dan's Fish, to see if I can use his picture. See if he would be offended if I used his picture. He's got a really good picture of one.
Oh, okay. Tell him it's for the Codfather.
I will.
Dan's a pretty cool guy.
He doesn't want his legs broke, you know.
I've got
He
a
seemed very
video.
amicable.
with him. I need to finish editing.
Ed's the enforcer, so tell him Ed's in here too.
Yeah. Well, he had a fumble on what he was trying to say when I was interviewing him, and he said the wrong thing, and then he asked if I could re-edit it, and I said sure, but then he just kept going, so he didn't give me any time to like edit it hardly.
Right.
So now I got to do a lot of extra work.
Hey, G,
I'm a bad editor.
Hey, G, it's nice to meet you.
Hello,
Hi
everyone.
there. Whoops.
that's Susie, and I know you know Pam that's hiding behind the logo. Did you meet
I'm trying to
Ed
figure out how
before?
to turn the camera away because it keeps, I think, only.
Should be that little circle thing. Is it your phone or a camera?
Good to see you, everybody.
You too. Thanks for coming up. Yeah, Huawei's still got the link saved on his. It's been 2 or 3 months, or maybe longer, since he was on yours, Pam.
Yeah.
I got what I did. I had a tank in this room.
Ooh.
Nice.
We used to have stingrays in this tank. So we had stingrays and bala shark and a couple parrots. So it was a little bit too small, getting too small for the stingrays. So we went ahead and we placed the stingrays in this big old tank here. It's 480 gallon.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I know.
And they seem to. So we got one motor, hybrid motor, and polka dot.
Now, did you have this 400-gallon tank just sitting around, or where did you find it?
Well, we got two.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. It's beautiful.
G, are
We-
you able to turn the camera horizontal?
Or like this.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can see a lot better.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know how to switch the camera to the other angle, so it's a bit weird. I don't know what exactly is. It's a bit.
Look at those clown loads. She looks
We can
beautiful.
see fine.
Yeah, those clown loaches are big.
Yeah.
It was very interesting. Those two pairs, they came from that tank that we rearranged. These two, and as soon as I put them in here, this guy was chasing one of them, and then the lady hooked up with this guy.
Oh,
For
my.
like 3 days she was with him, and this guy never left. He just kind of stayed in that corner. But then, like a couple days later, she came back, and I'm looking there. This pair is back together. So good for him.
A lady always has the right to change her mind.
That's right.
And
What type
we
of
also
filtration
put
do
some,
you
I
use
had
on
some,
giant tanks
in this
like
tank
that?
we had more barbs. So we put so we had like 7 barbs in this tank. So we put 5 of them in this one. And that tank looks a little better. I mean, there's no decorations here because there's stingrays. We were just too lazy to take the rocks out. There was so much work. We had to drain the tanks, move the fish, get the rocks out, put the sand in. At the end of the day, we're like, let's just keep the rocks.
You found my baby giant gourmet.
Yeah, we got another gourami
Wow.
because the other gourami was it was being messed with. I like this guy. Everybody, when we feed this guy, everybody comes and enjoys the show. He
Wow.
eats crabs, blue crabs, and it's
And
like
he-
a thing in here.
Are those feeder goldfish that didn't get eaten, or
The goldfish, especially this guy, they kind of develop some kind of bond. This guy literally goes in his mouth, and he's not doing anything. I mean, literally, no other fish does this, but he goes in his mouth. He constantly cleans his belly when he's up. They're pals.
that's wow.
He's always accompanying him everywhere. It's kind of interesting.
What
And
size
this
tank
guy,
is
he
that?
was in the big tank before, in that big old tank, but fish were messing with him, and he was kind of hiding, and so I moved him to this tank, and they all seem to be getting along okay.
They were probably jealous of his tail. How big is that tank?
This is 300-gallon tank.
Oh my God. It's hard to tell just looking at them.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I was
This
going to
is,
guess at 180, but wow.
This is 6 foot by, I want to say, at least 30 inches.
Yeah, it's a big tank.
I forgot all the exact dimensions. I used to know they all, but then I just remember the gallons and I forgot what is it? How many length and width?
So how do you keep the temperature in there since the puffer is a warmer water?
I'm trying to. So in this room, I used to pay a lot more attention because I had stingrays in this room, in this tank. So I do have a couple of heaters, but because this room is so small, I just have this space heater. I don't know if you can see it. So it's a space heater here.
Yeah.
It's a regular space heater. You buy it for $25, and I just heat the whole room. And this door is closing, and this room is actually pretty hot. Stays hot.
Yeah. Now your window there, can people see from outside your awesome tank?
Yeah, everybody can see. I'm about to. It's a little chilly, but I'm gonna go and show you guys a quick look from outside. Yes, folks coming by.
That's so cool.
They're stopping. They're watching. They're taking pictures.
Oh, so cool.
It's
Now, are you still looking for somebody to move in there and help with the fish and to run?
yes,
the lift shop
absolutely.
and-
We are looking for somebody to move in here. There was a question earlier. How did we ended up with so many tanks during pandemic? One of the residents moved out and they left a small 20-gallon octagon tank in the building. So we went to kind of check on the apartment 2-3 weeks later after the person moved out, and we're discovering that fish tank. So I go to the store, to Petco, to buy something for that tank, that little tank, and like many other hobbyists, caught the bug, and going back and back and back, and then ran across a fish guy that had a store in Mississippi, and he was moving from Mississippi to Memphis, and he liked the idea of living in the building, so he was paying rent with fish and fish tanks. That's how. So it was not a surprise. Hey, that's the only thing. I mean, we discussed and talked about it on the front end, and for the building, it was either a bunch of fish tanks or empty apartment. We had an empty apartment anyhow, so it worked out perfect. But then when the person tried to extend for further, we at that point are like, I'm so sorry, Howard. We have fish tanks everywhere. All of my friends have their offices. We didn't know where else to put the fish tanks no more.
Well, gee, are you in Memphis?
Yes, Memphis, Tennessee. We're in downtown. We're in the center of downtown.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. I haven't been to Memphis in a while.
Anybody should absolutely come and visit and check us out.
Yeah.
I turn off the music. So this is our kind of fish lounge, fish lobby. All the residents can come here in the morning, have breakfast. They order Uber Eats, and they eat, stay here. They can watch the TV. There's a remote control there, or they come and hang out in the morning. There's a space to lounge. But last time I don't think I showed you guys. Let me turn on the lights. So it'll be. We're really, I don't know if you can see it. This is a coffee table fish tank.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
man.
You see?
Yeah. How cool.
It's a little dark right now. You cannot see very well, but the great thing I love about this tank, this coffee table fish tank, is that there's no heater there, no pump, there's no air bubbler. There's absolutely nothing in that tank. It's just plants. There's duckweed on top, and guppies and shrimp.
Nice.
And it's been really cold winter this past winter, and it was just fine. Nothing. We don't do water change in this tank either. We just add water, roughly about anywhere between 10 and 5% on a weekly basis, and it's crystal clear. You might not see it right now because it's a little dark, but it is. The water is crystal clear there. So it was kind of an experimental tank. We like it very much.
Is the floor marble?
The floor is marble, yes. But not
Jeez.
in this room though, but in the other room. We got pretty cool dragon puffer here
Uh,
too.
Oh yeah.
This is I like this tank. It's probably the tank that gives us least amount of trouble. We don't clean this tank. We just change water and that's all, and add water. We never clean this thing. We do have a magnet here, but we never use this magnet. It's
Do you feed the dragon puffer?
yeah, with brine shrimp, fruit dried brine shrimp. I like this.
I got you.
It has the sump.
nice.
I think I showed you guys last time how we do water changes.
Yeah, that was really cool. But there are people on here that didn't see
I
it.
never saw it.
Yeah.
We're again first time we did water change. It took us a week and a half to do water change the very first time. Here's the floors I was talking about. You were asking the marble floors.
Wow. Look at
Now
that.
I wish I lived there.
I know, right?
Ed, you could get that job and move there.
Well, I don't know what I'd do with my family.
You move them into the hotel.
Look at that. Check in.
So
Are there-
what I want to in this tank, I kind of want to replicate the same thing we did with the table tank. I don't want to have any heaters in here. Just no bubblers either. Just plants and live bears. This is the live bear tank. And there's some shrimp in here too.
They got really good barbecue in Memphis also.
We do barbecue. We barbecue right outside the fish lounge. So
Wow.
let me show you how it looks like from the outside. You wanted to see. It's pretty cool.
We always come to food, don't we?
So
Oh, look at that. So cool.
yeah.
Look at those columns. Wow.
I should have turned off the light. That way you see it fish tanks better.
Rob, we should try to visit.
Absolutely. You should come and visit for like a weekend or a week, not like for a couple hours, what I mean. You need more
How
time.
far
Visit
is Memphis for you guys?
hang out in the evening, go have breakfast in the morning somewhere. That type of
6 hours, I think, thereabouts.
Wow. That's
Maybe a little less from here. I went there from
It's-
Knoxville once, and it was 6 hours to a wedding. Sorry, Ed.
Yeah, our state's a real long, skinny state,
yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
on the other side,
You
which
could-
is a bummer. But when I lived in
Right.
St. Louis, I used to go to Memphis quite a bit.
Nice nice trip would be for to come see a Grizzlies game too.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot of fun. It's like only the FedEx Forum is like 4 blocks away from this building.
I used
Now-
to play Warhammer tournaments there. I was on the front page of your newspaper even once.
Really
Ooh.
cool. Yeah, so that's the front and Beale Street over there, straight ahead.
Wow.
Can you show us a couple of the floors with fish on them?
Yeah.
So cool.
Are you?
Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. You been okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, imagine
I'm gonna
living
go
there.
and show you guys. So I'm building a tank. I'm building a couple of tanks. Next, probably they're gonna be ready in about a couple of weeks, I'll say.
Now, do you allow all pets there or just fish?
I mean, there are dogs and There are birds. We have a lot of folks with birds. We got a lot of reptile folks in the building.
Oh, wow.
One guy has like, actually, it'll be pretty fun to show his apartment one day. I mean, he's got, this is going up. He's got like a snake. I mean, he big setup. So I'm talking about, he's got one bedroom apartment, and half of his apartment is all kinds of reptiles. That's and, and kind of big cages too, very big. If we have a hobbyist, fish hobbyist that lives on any given floor, then we go ahead and setting up, like for example, this.
Wow.
This is 17th floor. We got a fish hobbyist on this floor.
I'll say.
So not all the floors have fish tanks, but a lot of floors have fish tanks.
Wow.
And it's typically you gotta have someone to watch after the fish. So if we do have a hobbyist, then we're okay with it. So this is a nice tank actually. This is very nice fishing here. There's a lot of discus in this tank.
A lot of barbs.
A lot of loaches, clown loaches. I got 3 Congo spotted puffers.
And with the discus? Wow.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, they look like they're doing good.
Got 1 green silver, and I put this guy in here a couple weeks ago, so he's new to this tank. And
Hattie, that's just the 17th floor landing.
Wow.
Yeah. They seem to like it, like each other. It's a successful tank. I'm thinking about transferring all those fish into this tank. Last time, guys, when I showed you this tank, this was full of cichlids. All the fish from here is now downstairs where the stingrays used to be.
Okay.
You know that blue tank. It's just like that tank is 250 gallons. This one is 230.
So why would you move the discus and the clown loaches from where they are to here? Like what?
Because I'm trying to take this tank out of this floor.
Oh.
I'm gonna take this tank on the second floor.
Okay.
So I am going to move all those discus from that tank. Not all discus, but all the fish.
Right.
Basically, the same setup is going to be from that tank into this tank, and they're going to be on the second floor.
How hard is it to
They should be
move?
okay. This is much bigger tank than what they're in right now. That tank is 180 gallon tank, or 150 gallon. Yeah, that's 150. This one is 125, a regular 125. And this is the first tank, this octagon tank.
That's what started it.
That's what started it all.
What has it got? Like
How
two
hard is it?
angels?
Yeah, we got 2 angels. Now have 2 angels in here. Those that's a breeding pair, so I'm waiting. I mean, they always eat their own eggs, so I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky one day.
Patty, he is. She's wanting to know who the landlord is, G.
How hard is it to move the tanks from floor to floor? Do you have like a freight elevator? Or
I mean, we're using the
these
same
tanks-
elevators.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are they hard to fit on the elevator?
So those tanks are anything 7 feet. So this is 7 feet. The maximum this building you can, I mean, unless it's a ground floor and so on, then the maximum is 7 feet. So as far as as long as the length is 7 feet, it'll fit standing up.
Oh wow.
So that's how you transport it. So this is 7 foot, the height.
Oh,
Gotcha.
So you kind of spinning it up and then putting in inside the elevator. So well, I mean it's pretty wide, so you can have like 3 feet. That's 36 inches, I think, or more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the biggest tank that we were able to fit into the elevators.
That's huge.
This is 7 foot. Yes.
What if I wanted to come and stay a week? Like, what kind of price range is that in?
like for everybody else is it's 350 per week. But obviously, whenever you guys from Fish Mafia, you will be complimented to stay here.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. I'm
For the,
loading
for the,
my
for the,
truck
for the
up now.
Tennessee Fish Mafia, yes.
I'm loading my truck right now.
I'm getting in my car.
Yes, I'm serious
Yeah.
too. I'm not
Wow.
joking. Take me
Very
up on my
nice.
word.
Very nice. Thank you.
Maybe doing
So cool.
an episode from this building.
For sure.
Do a lot of episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is So I'm gonna move this tank into there, and this octagon tank in this place, so it will be similar. And we're gonna completely remove this octagon tank and this tank to second floor.
Wow.
We see. I'm testing after I saw that how the table tank did downstairs. I'm doing this tank the same way. I used to have a pump in here, canister pump that was just kind of putting water, and that's all. No heater, no nothing. That's how we went through the winter last time. And guppies did absolutely fine. Guppies apparently don't care, but they can go withstand. It was really cold this past winter in Memphis. It was getting all the
Yes,
way down to like, I don't know, 12 degrees
it is Memphis.
Fahrenheit.
And we were saying that when he gave the tour before. He gave one time a couple years ago, I think, on my channel, and then Pam's a few months ago. But we were saying then, yes, we need to have an event here, like a, you know, something special, because that nobody ever does anything in Memphis fish wise that I'm aware of.
No,
We have the blind fish keeper. He lives in Memphis.
There you go.
He's the only guy that I know.
well, he needs to come visit the building.
Yep.
All the fish
But his
stores
problem
know
is he's
about us
blind.
that we have a big collection of fish. After Memphis Zoo, we have the largest collection. Memphis Zoo is number one. Well, if you've seen Memphis Zoo, it's not as impressive as as many might think. I mean,
Well-
for the fish, the zoo is nice, but the fish section is tiny. It's not so impressive.
How many tanks in total, Mick's asking?
Where, in zoo or here?
There.
In the building. In the building, I'll show you something. I don't know. I mean, after tank number 8, I stopped counting. It became a little embarrassing. Like, I mean, I don't know, like more than 8, something. But we have a lot. But that fish guy that was that was staying in the building at one point in time, he was thinking about opening the store in the building. And I think last time I showed you, I'm gonna go back there and show it again, where we have a frac tank. So he began kind of building the fish store, and then he changed the mind and opened the fish store in a different place. But we still have kind of setup that's left. Because when he was building his part of the fish store in the building, we said, hey, how about we're gonna build a little section within your store too? So when he left, he took everything else, but left that. But that little section is still there.
So, Susie, you could put your personal collection in there.
I know, right?
I'll show you on the way down. I'll show you a couple floors with some fish tanks. It's not a lot of fish. It's just one fish tank. What? Hey guys. Hey. So this store has one fish tank. It's a Red Sea fish tank. Very convenient fish tank. Don't need to do much work to keep up.
Salt water?
It used to be saltwater, but we used to have 3 saltwater tanks. This used to be one of them, but then we converted everything to freshwater. It was just the way this building's set up, we have 6 different people looking after the tanks. Somebody feeds them, somebody does water change, somebody else does magnet cleaning. So here's another one. We got a fish guy living on this floor too. It's a 125-gallon tank.
Wow, everything looks so nice.
So because we have so many different people looking after the fish tanks, it works on freshwater, but saltwater really needs to be one person, or or very well detailed note taken. If it's more than one person, we just kept losing fish, and then we decided no, we switched everything to freshwater.
That building was built in like 1900, I think, or maybe earlier, you said.
So let me take you to the place where. So if you count those tanks, it's a lot. But if you don't count those little tanks,
No jump scares. Okay. Thanks, Sam.
here.
Oh, wow. Well, he was sure setting up a really nice looking place.
So if there's somebody who, and then when he left, we pretty much have a fish store, but we don't have a person to run a fish store. So we're going to unfortunately
And I
take it
think
all
I got
down.
my
probably.
job when I moved to Tennessee.
Huh?
I said, sounds like the perfect job for when I moved to Tennessee.
Yeah. Everything. You live in the building with a bunch of, here's your fish store. Yeah, the frac tank, everything was working. I mean, we got it all set up. It was up and running and working, but then I don't know what to do with it.
Is that open to the street or I can't?
Yeah, it's still, that's the street.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Wow.
And this is the prime corner. Second and Madison.
my
That's
gosh.
like, it's like the center of the center of the center.
Yep.
Corner of Second and Madison.
Guys, I feel like we got a co-op getting ready to start.
I'm telling
I
you.
know.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a section in there called the Tennessee Fish Mafia too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the guy was gonna have a fish store in here. So he was gonna have a here, but then he found a larger space. This is 3,000 square feet, but he needed bigger. He's found something. He's 8,000 square feet right now
Wow.
in Memphis. He's actually used to be originally from your part of the woods, from
Really?
Gatlinburg area.
Oh yeah.
Fish Barn. His name of the store is Fish Barn. So like 90% of the fish tanks and fish came from him
Oh wow. Okay.
in this building.
I'm familiar with the fish barn. I've never been there, but I've looked at it online. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's about an hour and
Yeah.
a half, 2 hours. We've got about 5 minutes left, G. I wish we had 45.
Okay, I'm going to close. I don't mean to I'm pretty much done with the tour. We'll show you guys again later when we'll set up on the second floor those tanks
Yeah.
Okay.
next time.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Thank you
And
so
please come
much.
and visit. Do take me up on my word. Please. I
Yeah.
will write down my email in the comments.
Thank you.
Yeah. If I can get your address and your shirt size, I'll send you a Tennessee Fish Mafia shirt too.
Sounds good. All righty.
I think you'd need one.
Yeah,
sure.
I'll love to wear it. I have a shirt, like a fish shirt. Yesterday I was wearing it. Today you missed me. So I'll gladly and proudly wear your shirt as well.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you guys.
Appreciate you so much.
Could you imagine having a co-op? Like in having
know.
stuff, you know, having our all those displays, and we could do so much more, and having a fish store, maybe a few reptiles. What?
And to stay there for a week free, it's free for us, you know?
Right.
I can't believe there's no convention or event or anything there. That's
I
just
know,
crazy.
right?
Craziness.
Crazy is right.
It's such a central location, too.
That looks like the perfect size fish store for a starting out.
It does. And you would have to
It looks-
specialize. You know, you
I
could
think
have a
it looks
couple of
better than-
tanks that everybody could get something, but I was wearing my hat all through the thing like I was showing it off. See, Sun Scale hat.
4,000 square feet's big.
I know. I don't have a shirt, but I have a hat. We make a whole Sun Scale merch model between us. But I didn't want to run over Kenny, and I think we just about have. I'm sorry we have Kenny, so. But yeah,
Call him G. I like that.
yeah, his name's a little hard for most of us Tennessee people to say, so he said just call him G. He's a real nice guy. He used to pop up on my stream like over the last few years. He would just show me random stuff like that, but he's got his camera and stuff down better now. I'm sure he's still watching us. Then he popped up on Pam's like 3 or 4 months ago, something like that, Pam, and gave us an awesome tour like this. And so he has me. He didn't show us the water change. So next time, second floor and water change. It's got a really cool water change system. Garden hose, that's what he does, but it's a lot more than that. So I saw you
Well,
sent me something, Susie, but I can't look at it.
Oh, that's okay. I'm writing down his address.
I would love to just go and make a 10-minute walkthrough video.
Well,
of
Ed, let
his
me go
place.
with you. Let me go with
Yeah,
you.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I can get
I think
away
I'm
from
going to wait till it's a little warmer.
right. I can get away for a weekend. I'm sure that they allow dogs in there if they have all this other stuff, you know.
Hey, Whips.
Whip.
Hey, Whips. Whips,
And
go
Whip's
back
going to be
and
moving here too.
yeah, Whips, go back and look at the stream you just missed. It's an awesome fish tour.
It's crazy.
Fish tour. All right. Yeah, let's get out of here. I don't want to step on Kenny since we're just chatting. So thanks, everybody. Thanks you, Pam. And thank you, Ed. I know you feel bad, so thanks for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, thanks.
You bet.
Susie, thank you as always. And I'm going to look at what you sent me. And thanks everybody in the chat, and special thanks to Huawei. I always freaking forget to thank him, and then I think about it afterward. And anyway, he knows that I appreciate him to the moon and back. So thank you guys, and let's head over to Daniken's. This chat, the link is in there. Bye.
Bye, guys.
That was kind of a bum's rush.